Carl Sagan could not have predicted 2021, but he did see it coming. He wrote the following back in 1995, and we quote, "I have a foreboding of an America in my children's or grandchildren's time when the United States is a service and information economy, when nearly all the manufacturing industries have slipped away to other countries, when awesome technological powers are in the hands of a very few, and no one representing the public interest can even grasp the issues, when the people have lost the ability to set their own agendas or knowledgeably question those in authority, when, clutching our crystals and nervously consulting our horoscopes, our critical faculties in decline, unable to distinguish between what feels good and what's true, we slide almost without noticing back into superstition and darkness. The dumbing down of America is most evident in the slow decay of substantive content in the enormously influential media, the 30-second sound bites now down to 10 seconds or less, lowest common denominator programming, credulous presentations on pseudoscience and superstition, but especially a kind of celebration of ignorance." Roll that around for a while. Those were among his final published words. He died 10 months later. Here we are 25 years later, realizing just what he was trying to tell us back then.
There's other things that we can do to help change this world. And one of them is debunking all this nonsense that people are pushing out there all the time, 24/7. Because the Ash conformity experiment doesn't just apply to advanced technology. It doesn't just apply to UFOs and things like that. It also applies to these political issues that are coming up, where people go, no, it's not. That's not a left-wing terrorist guy. That's a MAGA guy. Or no, it was the cartels or the space Jews or whatever, right? These things also hurt the fabric of society. I text messaged U.S. Navy engineer Salvatore Pais. I said, I'm questioning what's right and wrong basically every day now. I don't think we can handle this level of technology. I'm watching people's minds break, and they haven't even seen anything yet. Do you know what he replied back to me and said? He replied back to me and said, "Omnia delenda sunt." That's Latin. You know what that means? It means all things must be destroyed. The scariest thing, and the reason why I've decided to shift into this political side quest, or whatever you want to call it, this new quest, is because I'm seeing people's minds break all the time now. All the time. I'm seeing it in the Charlie Kirk situation. I'm seeing it with AI. As AI comes out, nobody can distinguish what's real anymore. And that's why I played the intro video of the Carl Sagan, is that no one can tell what's real or fake anymore. And people's minds are breaking over this. Redditors' minds are breaking. They're no longer living in the same reality that we're living in. The Redditors are living in a Disney Marvel movie fictional version of reality. And so the question then is, if we can't even handle basic reality, what's going to happen when we try to tell people that we've got possibly alien technology, if this technology comes from aliens 100 years ago or whatever, that we've got technology that manipulates time and space, quite literally time machines? People are not going to be able to take this information. And it concerns me about how we're going to move forward as a society, as a civilization. Because the reality is we haven't seen anything yet. So when they're forced to accept that reality, I fear for what's going to happen to people. We just have to be honest and say it like it is. There is a massive left-wing terrorism problem in the United States. Massive. And the question is, how do we stop it? The answer is censorship. Uh-oh. It's about to get controversial. People are saying, this is a psyop. It's a psyop. Everything's a psyop. These people are the worst. I can't stand it. Nothing's real. Everything's a psyop. They're trying to divide us. They're trying to divide us, chat. They're writing anti-ice on the bullets to divide us. We are already as divided as you can possibly be. They don't need any psyops to divide us any further, chat. We are as divided as possible already. And there is no reconciliation. Reconciliation is not possible. If you think reconciliation is possible, take a look at Reddit. Take a look at what they're saying about it. Take a look at what the media, left-wing media, is saying about all these topics. They're minimizing it. Jimmy Kimmel couldn't even apologize for lying on television. Literally couldn't even apologize. Couldn't just say the words, "I'm sorry." It was Charlie Kirk's executive producer today had the best post. He said that all Jimmy Kimmel had to do was come out and say, "I'm sorry. I lied. I shouldn't have done that. It'll never happen again." That's it. Even if you don't believe it, that's all you have to do. And it would have solved the problem. And he can't do that. And you know why? Because these Redditors like Jimmy Kimmel, these left-wing psycho nutjobs, they can never, ever, ever admit when they're wrong. The woke left and the woke right, it's horseshoe theory. They're exactly the same. Leftists, Redditors, they can't live in a world in which people have alternative ideas. They can't live in a world where people are telling them the truth. Because when they get told the truth, it breaks the illusion, the fake reality that they're living in. When people get told the truth, they get shattered. And so what these Redditors do, how they think, and I know a Redditor more than most people, right? I can smell a Redditor at 100 yards, right? They have a distinct odor of garbage and Cheetos. And what these people do and how they think is that if somebody says something they don't like, they're going to get them banned. That's how they view the world. And that's what they were doing on Twitter. And the moment Elon Musk bought it, that ended. That ended. And now, and then after that, we lived in a world on Twitter, on X, where everybody was allowed to say whatever they want. And what did the Redditors do? They left. Think about that. Think about that. They all said, we're going to leave. We can't censor and block people. We're going to leave and we're going to go to Blue Sky. We're going to go to our own echo chamber where we can censor people. That was their reaction. You even saw the UFO community. They all group and said, we're all going to leave. We're all going to go to Blue Sky with all the rest of the pedos and the other criminals and weirdos. The answer to fixing the problem is censorship. And you say, action. No, the answer is never censorship. The answer is never censorship. What will happen? What will happen? Imagine what will happen when they use it on you. They've already been using it on us. They've already been using it on me. My Reddit got shut down in 2 weeks. I made a subreddit. It was deleted in 2 weeks. So when people say, censorship is wrong, there's no censorship, they're going to come back at you. Dude, they already did. They already did. And let's be clear. They're going to do it again. If they ever get in power again, they're going to do it again to you. Get that through your head right now. If you're somebody who says censorship is bad, they don't care that you think censorship is bad. They love censorship and they don't care about your opinion. The answer is censorship. Now that I've said that, let me put the caveat to it. Who do we censor? Who do we target? The answer is we target them. We target the people that are censoring us. We take away their institutions and their apparatus that they use for censorship. You use the exact same tools that they used back on them. Completely dismantle Reddit. Every moderator, all these, what do they call them? The super jannies or whatever. These moderators that control every single subreddit, you permanently ban them from the platform. They're never allowed to be on their own platform ever again. You remove them. Every subreddit that is related to Antifa, or any type of radical group, permanently deleted. You don't necessarily have to take down all of Reddit. What you have to do is you have to get rid of the administrators, you have to get rid of the moderators, and you have to get rid of any problematic subreddit, which is there is many. And we don't need new laws. We already have all the laws in the book. We just have to enforce the rules equally. Enforce the rules equally. I got banned under my account got permanently banned recently, like a year ago or whatever. In my free energy post, I got banned under hate speech. Permanently banned, site-wide ban for the hate speech rule. What did I say that was so offensive? I said that Redditors are mentally ill. Not any specific Redditor, just that in general, Redditors are mentally ill. And they are. Redditors are mentally ill. That's a fact. It's a factual statement. It's a true statement. Redditors are mentally ill. And they permanently banned me under hate speech. Meanwhile, you can go around right now and there's people literally advocating for people's deaths openly. Advocating for people's deaths, lying openly, and none of them are actioned. None of them get punished by the rules that are quite literally site-wide violations. And so when Salvatore Pais responds to me back, and he says, all things must be destroyed. Wow. Tells me a lot about his perception. Because Sal knows those videos are real. People like Hal Puthoff, Charles Chase, Eric Davis, they know the videos are real. And they're hiding it. They're hiding it because they know it will break people's minds. It will break them, completely destroy their mental state. It's not just a matter of greed. Of course, that's a component of it. They're making billions of dollars secretly off these companies that they're putting out there. It's not just a matter of strategic advantage over our adversaries. It's also a matter that society will crumble. Society will crumble. And it's not just the left or just the right. It's people on both sides. So we have to shut this stuff down. We have to burn their institutions, their media disinformation apparatus to the ground using the laws that are already on the books. That's what's required. It's people on both sides that are not going to be able to accept this reality, this new reality. It's quite scary.